Okay, we're here with a 1980 Miss Drumsticks, and your name is?
Charmaine Milam.
Where are you from, Charmaine?
Harrison, Arkansas.
You go to school, Harrison?
Yes, sir. I'm a junior.
Are you a junior this year? What does it mean to be Miss Drumstick?
Well, you just walk out there and you show your legs, and the judges judge you on your legs and how you walk out there and carry yourself.
So that's the main prerequisite, is having nice legs, is that right?
Yes, sir.
So you could say you probably have the nicest legs in town right now.
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations to you.
Well, thank you.
Yes, I knew it all along. I had to come back home.
But here's like a raspy voice, you know. A choppy voice. Smooth and musical tone.
Maybe we ought to give the plug to the organizers of the event. Who is responsible for the Turkey Trot Festival?
Well, no one person can take credit for all this. I'm afraid it's an activity that was originally started by our veterans of foreign wars. They picked it up and brought it back after World War II. It was something that originated that they had seen while they were on tours of duty in Europe.
All right, well, good luck. I'll let you go back to enjoy the festival, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob.
Welcome to Fun Mountain, home of Renegade II. This is Renegade I, owned by Greg Martin. Renegade I was built in the winter of 1984 by Greg and Warren Hudson. Renegade I is a 1964 GMC pickup. It has a 5-ton Rockwell axle, a 2.5-ton military transfer case, and a Turbo 400 automatic transmission.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Charlene Blackburn. I was one of the half owners of the original Blackburn Resort. In 1944, my husband and I found out about Norfolk Lake, and the land around it was being submerged by water. It was a clear water lake because nothing but 2 streams came in from streams up in southern Missouri. We made 2 trips down here because we did not believe, being from Missouri, that the lake would be clear all year. We did come and we found out it was a paradise. So we bought 40 acres on the east side of the lake. We looked all around because it was hilly and rough, but we found this particular spot which had a lovely valley and a little sloping road down to the cove where we could put our boat dock. This was very important. In the early days, we had many elderly sportsmen who wanted to come but could not go up and down steep entrances or use a trolley to the lake. That was one of the main concerns. After the war in 1946, my husband, Fred Blackburn, found out that he would be able to leave the city. We both wanted to leave the city and start on our own a new life after the war. We found out that there was no transportation into Mountain Home by rail. All of the things that had to go into the construction of the resort, the materials and the stonemason, we brought from Kansas City. The boxcar was unloaded at Cotter, and my husband with his big old truck would go over and get the cement block supplies, sand, gravel, a mixer, all necessary things, because there was nothing here in Baxter County that we could buy. It was a very interesting time. On the lighter side, we had some interesting things. The hogs that ran wild with the cattle in the early days when the range was open were a perfect pest to the resort kitchen. We reinforced the screens to the kitchen doors about 8 times, but they would try to push through with their snouts when they smelled the chicken and everything frying. I got so angry one time that I picked up a rock, and when this big old sow came up, I thought, I'm going to kill you. I picked the rock up and I hit it between the eyes, and it dropped flat. One of the girls that helped us in the resort said, Mrs. Blackburn, if you kill that hog, you have to pay for it. That's the law in the open range. Well, the crazy thing laid there for about hours, and finally the cook said, I think you can come out, Mrs. B. She was groggily getting to her feet, and she moseyed off, and I had saved money for at least one day. The other thing that was rather interesting was the fact that we didn't have a regular complaint department. Anybody that had any real serious complaints, we took care of, but others we decided we would have a little fun. There was an old outhouse that had been on the property when this was a farm, and we had it moved to the edge of the property. My husband had a sign put out called the complaint department. When some of the fellows would come in and they were kind of sore about the bait that didn't catch the fish or something else, Fred would say, would you like to go to the complaint department? It's right down there. They would walk down there, and we could hear them laughing when they got to the door. One of them suggested that the only thing that was missing was the half moon, so we had that put in very carefully. We, of course, when we sold the resort, we dismantled that because the time had come for families and a different type of business, and we were not sure that the rustic atmosphere would be appropriate to some of the younger guests. But all in all, we had a very, very good time. And even now, as I sit here many years later and look at how nice everything looks, I realize this was a very happy period in my husband's and my life. Thank you.